a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. John Cena. John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. is an American professional wrestler, actor, rapper and television host. He is currently signed to WWE, where he appears for both the Raw and SmackDown brands. Regarded by three industry peers as the greatest professional wrestler of all time, Cena gained fame in the WWE in the early 2000s, portraying a trash-talking rapper. This success promoted Cena to act as the company's franchise player and its public face, which later prompted a transition to his current character, which he describes as a goody-two-shoes Superman. Under his current incarnation, Cena has attained mainstream fame, and has won 25 championships throughout his career, with 16 reigns as a world champion. His 16 world title wins are tied with Ric Flair's, per WWE records. Cena is a 5-time United States champion and a 4-time World Tag Team champion. He is also a Money in the Bank ladder match winner, a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, and a 3-time Superstar of the Year Slammy Award winner. He has also headlined WWE's flagship event WrestleMania on 5 occasions as well as many other WWE pay-per-views. Despite his success, Cena's character is met with mixed critical reception, and he is considered one of the most polarizing professional wrestlers ever. Outside of wrestling, Cena released the album You Can't See Me, which gained platinum certification in the United States. Cena has also enjoyed success as an actor, starring in The Marine, 12 Rounds, Legendary, The Reunion, Trainwreck, The Wall, Ferdinand, and Bumblebee. He has also made several guest appearances on television, and was the host of the reality show American Grit. Cena was also known for his involvement in numerous philanthropic causes, namely the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where he has granted more than 500 wishes, the most in Make-A-Wish history. Early life. John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. was born on April 23, 1977 in West Newbury, Massachusetts to Carol and John Felix Anthony Cena. He has an older brother and 3 younger brothers. His maternal grandfather was baseball player Tony Lupien. He is of English, French-Canadian, and Italian ancestry. Raised Catholic, he attended Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts before transferring to Cushing Academy, a private prep boarding school in Ashburnham, Massachusetts. He then attended Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. In college, he was a NCAA Division III All-American center on the college football team and wore the number 54, which is still used on some of his WWE merchandise. Cena graduated from Springfield College in 1998 with a degree in exercise physiology and body movement, after which he pursued a career in bodybuilding and worked as a limousine driver. Ultimate Pro Wrestling, 1-999-2001. 2003. Cena started training to become a professional wrestler in 1999 at Ultimate Pro Wrestling's California-based Ultimate University operated by Rick Bassman. Once he was placed into an in-ring role, Cena began using a semi-robotic character known as the Prototype. Some of this period of his career was documented in the Discovery Channel program Inside Pro Wrestling School. He held the UPW Heavyweight Championship for 27 days in April 2000. Cena wrestled for the UPW until March 2001. Cena returned to UPW for one night in 2003, losing to Frankie Kazarian by disqualification. Development and debut, 2002. On October 10, 2000, while billed as the Prototype, Cena made his unofficial debut for the then World Wrestling Federation on a SmackDown taping in a dark match against Mikey Richardson, which he lost. He received another tryout on January 9, 2001 at a SmackDown taping in Oakland, California, this time defeating Aaron Aguilera. Cena wrestled again in a dark match at a SmackDown taping on March 13. In 2001, Cena signed a developmental contract with the WWF and was assigned to its developmental territory Ohio Valley Wrestling. During his time there, Cena wrestled under the ring name The Prototype, and held the OVW Heavyweight Championship for 3 months and the OVW Southern Tag Team Championship for 2 months. Throughout 2001, Cena would receive 4 tryouts for the WWF main roster, as he wrestled multiple enhancement talent wrestlers on both WWF house shows and in dark matches before WWF television events. Through the early months of 2002, Cena constantly found himself competing on house shows for the WWF, where he wrestled against the likes of Shelton Benjamin and Tommy Dreamer. After his main roster call-up in June 2002, Cena would continue to appear on OVW programming until the September 25 taping of OVW, where he lost to Kenny Brolin in a loser leaves OVW match. Cena would appear in a one-off appearance for the Developmental Farm in November under the ring name Mr. P in a six-man tag team match, where he teamed with future WWE Hall of Famer Big Boss Man and Charlie Hart in a winning effort against Lance Cade, Trevor Murdoch and Sean O'Haire. Ruthless Aggression, 2002. On the June 24 episode of Raw, Mr. McMahon ordered the entire roster to the ring and declared that he needed them to all find some ruthless aggression from within themselves, and that he was looking for one of them to stand out from the rest of the pack. Cena made his WWE television debut on the June 27, 2002 episode of SmackDown by answering an open challenge by Kurt Angle. After declaring that he possessed ruthless aggression, Cena lost by a pinning combination. After the match, Cena was congratulated by Billy Kidman, Farouk, Rikishi, and The Undertaker. Following the near win, Cena became a fan favorite and started feuding with Chris Jericho, defeating Jericho at Vengeance. Then, Cena feuded with Los Guerreros and Cena picked up a victory over Chavo Guerrero on the September 3, 2002 taping of Velocity. On the September 12 episode of SmackDown, Cena teamed with Edge in a losing effort against Los Guerreros, thus ending the feud in the process. Cena went on to defeat the likes of Albert and Devon Dudley as he was restricted to appearances on Velocity for the rest of September. In October 2002, Cena and Billy Kidman took part in a tag team tournament to crown the first WWE Tag Team Champions of the SmackDown brand, losing in the first round. The next week on SmackDown, Cena turned on and attacked Kidman, blaming him for their loss, becoming a villain for the first and only time in his career. On the October 17 episode of SmackDown, Cena defeated Kidman in a singles contest, but was defeated by Kidman in a rematch on the October 24 episode of SmackDown. The Doctor of Thuganomics, 2002-2005. Shortly after the Kidman attack on a Halloween-themed episode of SmackDown, Cena dressed as Vanilla Ice performing a freestyle rap. The following week on SmackDown, Cena received a new character, a rapper who cut promos while rhyming. As the gimmick grew, Cena began adopting a variant of the 1980s WWF logo, dropping the F as his signature symbol, along with the slogan, Word Life. At Rebellion, Cena would team with Dawn Marie in a losing effort against Kidman and Tori Wilson in a mixed tag team match. Eventually, Cena was joined by an enforcer, Bull Buchanan, who was rechristened B2. B2 helped Cena kick off 2003 in victorious fashion with a win over Rikishi on the January 2 episode of SmackDown and a win over Chavo Guerrero on the January 9 episode of SmackDown. Both Cena and B2 participated in the 2003 Royal Rumble match, but were unsuccessful. Cena and B2 failed to capture the WWE Tag Team Championship from Los Guerreros, resulting in Cena replacing B2 with Red Dog until he was sent to the Raw brand in February 2003. For the first half of 2003, Cena sought the WWE Championship and chased the reigning champion Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania 19, gaining upset wins over Eddie Guerrero, The Undertaker, and Chris Benoit, who mocked him by wearing a Toothless Aggression shirt. Cena won a No. 1 Contenders tournament for the right to face off against Lesnar for the WWE Championship at Backlash, but he failed to win the title at the event. After Backlash, Cena entered into a feud with Rhino and Chris Benoit, which led to Cena, along with Chuck Palumbo and Johnny Stamboli, defeating the team of Spanky, Rhino and Benoit at Judgment Day. Shortly thereafter, Cena began mocking The Undertaker before and after his matches, leading to a match between the two at Vengeance, where he lost a singles match against The Undertaker. In a rematch between the two, Cena would once again defeat The Undertaker on the August 5th episode of SmackDown, this time with assistance from A-Train. The feud between the two came to an end on the August 19th episode of SmackDown, when Cena and A-Train defeated Undertaker and Orlando Jordan in a tag team match. Cena then pursued the United States Championship, but lost to then-champion Eddie Guerrero in a Latino street fight for the title. After losing to Kurt Angle at No Mercy, Cena became a fan favorite when he joined Angle as a member of his team at Survivor Series, where Cena and Chris Benoit were the survivors. Despite feuding, Cena and Benoit would later join forces as a makeshift tag team, and on the November 27th episode of SmackDown both won a 20-man battle royal to earn a WWE Championship match when, after being the last two men remaining, they would eliminate each other at the same time and were both declared joint winners of the match. However, Benoit defeated Cena the following week on SmackDown to earn a WWE Championship match against Lesnar that same night. In early 2004, Cena participated in the Royal Rumble match at the Royal Rumble, making it to the final six before being eliminated by Big Show. Chris Benoit was the eventual winner of the match. The Royal Rumble elimination led to a feud with Big Show. At No Way Out, Cena faced Big Show and Kurt Angle in a triple threat match for a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 20, which Cena lost by submission to Angle. Cena won his first singles championship in WWE United States Championship from Big Show at WrestleMania 20. He held the title for 4 months with successful defenses against the likes of Rene Dupree, Rob Van Dam and Booker T, until he was stripped of the title on the July 8th episode of SmackDown by Angle after he accidentally knocked him over, thus attacking an official. Cena won the championship back, defeating Booker T in a best-of-5 series that culminated at No Mercy, only to drop it to the debuting Carlito Caribbean Cool the following week on SmackDown. After the loss to Carlito, the duo began a feud, which resulted in Cena allegedly being stabbed in the kidney while at a Boston area nightclub by Carlito's bodyguard, Jesus. This worked injury was used to keep Cena out of action for a month while Cena was filming The Marine. Immediately on his return in November, Cena won the United States Championship back from Carlito. Cena later successfully defended the championship against Jesus at Armageddon in a street fight match. Cena took part in the 2005 Royal Rumble match, making it to the final two along with Batista until both went over the top rope at the same time, ostensibly ending the match, which was restarted and won by Batista. The next month, Cena then participated in a number 1 contenders tournament for the WWE Championship and made to the finals at No Way Out, where he defeated Kurt Angle to earn a spot in the SmackDown brand's WrestleMania 21 main event match, beginning a feud with then WWE Champion John Bradshaw, Layfield and his cabinet in the process. In the early stages of the feud, Cena lost the United States Championship to cabinet member Orlando Jordan after JBL interfered and hit Cena with his title belt. WWE Champion, 2005-2007. Cena defeated JBL at WrestleMania to win the WWE Championship, giving Cena his first World Championship. Cena then had a spinner WWE Championship belt made, while JBL took the original title belt and claimed to still be WWE Champion, until Cena reclaimed the original championship belt in an "I Quit" match at Judgment Day. Cena was drafted to the Raw brand on June 6, 2005, becoming the first wrestler selected in the annual draft lottery. Cena immediately entered a feud with Eric Bischoff, after refusing to participate in the war against the Extreme Championship Wrestling roster at One Night Stand. At Vengeance, Cena made his first successful title defense since coming to Raw, defeating Christian and Chris Jericho in a triple threat match, with Bischoff vowing to make Cena's stint on Raw difficult. He handpicked Jericho to take Cena's championship from him. During their feud, even though Cena was portrayed as the face and Jericho as the heel, a vocal section of live crowds, nonetheless, were cheering Jericho during their matches. Crowds started to heavily boo Cena during his next feud with Kurt Angle, who took over as Bischoff's hand-picked number 1 contender after Cena defeated Jericho in a You're Fired match on the August 22 Raw. Cena held on to the WWE Championship through his feud with Angle, losing to him by disqualification at Unforgiven, pinning Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match Angle at Taboo Tuesday, and pinning Angle at Survivor Series. The feud with Angle also saw Cena add a secondary, submission-based, finishing maneuver the STFU when he was put into a triple threat submissions-only match on the November 28 episode of Raw. At New Year's Revolution, Cena participated in the main event Elimination Chamber match where he retained the WWE Championship when he last eliminated Carlito. Immediately after a bloodied Cena won, Edge made his way to the ring to cash in his Money in the Bank contract, a guaranteed title match against the WWE Champion at a time and place of the owner's choosing. 2 quick spears allowed Edge to pin Cena and win the championship. 3 weeks later, Cena won the championship back at the Royal Rumble. After that, Cena began feuding with Triple H, in which the crowd again started booing Cena and cheering the intended villain, Triple H, after being mostly cheered the last few months. Cena beat Triple H at WrestleMania 22 to retain the WWE Championship. The negative reaction towards Cena intensified when facing Rob Van Dam at One Night Stand, taking place in front of a boisterous crowd of mostly original ECW fans at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Cena was met with raucous cheering and chants of, "Fuck you, Cena, you can't wrestle," and "Same old shit." When he began performing different moves into the match, the fans began chanting, "You still suck." Cena lost the WWE Championship at One Night Stand, with Van Dam pinning Cena after interference from Edge. In July, Edge won the championship from Van Dam in a triple threat match that also involved Cena, reigniting the feud between him and Cena from earlier in the year. After Edge went about retaining the title by dubious means, getting himself disqualified and using brass knuckles, he introduced his own version of Cena's custom title belt, this one with his logo placed on the spinner. Cena eventually won the championship back in a match and arena of Edge's choice, a tables, ladders and chairs match at Unforgiven at the Air Canada Centre in Edge's hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. After performing the FU on Edge through 2 tables off a ladder, the match had a stipulation that, had Cena lost, he would have left the Raw brand for SmackDown. Cena returned his version of the spinner title belt on the next night's Raw. On the heels of his feud with Edge, Cena was placed in an inter-brand angle to determine the Champion of Champions, or which was the most dominant champion in WWE's 3 brands. Cena, the World Heavyweight Champion King Booker, and the ECW World Champion Big Show engaged in a mini-feud leading to a triple threat match at Cyber Sunday, with the viewers voting on which of the 3 championships would be placed on the line. At the same time, Cena became involved in a storyline with non-wrestler Kevin Federline, when he began appearing on Raw with Johnny Nitro and Melina. After getting into a worked physical altercation with Federline on Raw, Federline appeared at Cyber Sunday to hit Cena with the World Heavyweight Championship during the match, helping King Booker retain his championship. 2006 ended with Cena beginning a feud with the undefeated Umaga over the WWE Championship, while 2007 began with the end of his storyline with Kevin Federline. On the first Raw of the new year, Cena was pinned by Federline with an assist from Umaga, although later in the night he was able to get his hands on Federline performing an FU on him. At the pay-per-view event, New Year's Revolution, Cena defeated Umaga to end his undefeated streak and retain the WWE Championship. At the Royal Rumble, Cena defeated Umaga in a last man standing match and retained the title after Umaga was unable to get to his feet before the referee counted to 10. One night after the Royal Rumble, an impromptu team of Cena and Shawn Michaels defeated Rated RKO for the World Tag Team Championship, making Cena a double champion. On the April 2 episode of Raw, after losing a WWE Championship match to Cena at WrestleMania 23, Michaels turned on Cena, costing them the championship in the second of 2 10-team battles royals, by throwing Cena over the top rope and eliminating the team. The Hardys eventually won the match and the championship. For the rest of the month, Cena feuded with Michaels, Orton, and Edge until the Great Khali declared his intentions to challenge for Cena's championship, attacking and laying out all 3 of the top contenders before assaulting Cena himself and stealing the physical title belt. For the next 2 months, Cena feuded with Kylie over the championship, eventually becoming the first person in WWE to defeat him by submission at Judgment Day and then by pinfall at One Night Stand. Later that summer, Randy Orton was named the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, starting a feud between the two. Leading up to SummerSlam, Orton delivered a number of sneak attacks, performing 3 RKOs to Cena, who in the actual match retained the championship. A rematch between the two occurred at Unforgiven, with Orton winning by disqualification after Cena ignored the referee's instructions and continued to beat on him in the corner. During a match with Mr. Kennedy on the October 1, 2007 episode of Raw, Cena suffered a legitimate torn pectoral muscle while executing a hip toss, though finishing the match and taking part in the scripted attack by Orton after the match. Surgery the following day found that his pectoralis major muscle was torn completely from the bone, estimating at the time to require 7 months to a year of rehabilitation. As a result, Cena was stripped of the title by Mr. McMahon on the next night's episode of ECW, ending what was the longest WWE Championship reign in over 19 years. Cena's surgery was performed by orthopedic surgeon James Andrews at St. Vincent's Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. 2 weeks later, in a video update on WWE.com, Dr. Andrews and Cena's physical trainer both said that he was several weeks ahead of where he was expected to be in his rehabilitation at that time. Despite his injury, Cena attended the annual WWE's Tribute to the Troops show, filmed at Camp Speicher in Tikrit, Iraq on December 7, and aired on December 24. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?